Jess here from Nigezza.co.uk, and I'm here today with a project that is hitting two challenges that I'm currently doing. One was to make a tag that had to be 2.5 by 2.5, and the other, that's for a team challenge, and the other challenge was is a tone on tone challenge, which is running on Stampin' for All. So I decided to do a tag that's tone on tone. I'm making 3 tags to give you an idea of 3 different designs. So this is 5 inches by 2.5, scored at 2.5 and folded in half. Now the other 2 tags are going to be embossed, and I'm embossing them with the Softly Fallen. And I just want to show you how I did it. So one of them is a Christmas tag, and so I wanted the Softly Falling to be snow falling. So I wanted to have the thicker snow at the bottom and then have it falling down as if it's snowing. Okay, so to do that, I put the tag in just halfway, like so, and embossed it, and then I embossed it a second time by doing it the other way round, and so it came out like so. So it is actually upside down. I've just realised that, you know, I thought that don't work, Jess, because actually it's upside down. I wanted it that way, but it really don't matter. Because it just looks like a snowfall, really, doesn't it? So that's how I did it, so that I had major amounts of snowflake. The other way I did it was to put it in this way round for a wedding tag, and so I had it so that we had a cluster getting sort of gradual that way. Okay. And then to decorate the tag and turn it into a tag, I'm using the triple trio punch. And so if you've not seen it before, on this punch you've got this circular thing which does the center of the tag, and there's a line there which gives you the center, so you could measure it so that was 2.25, or you could eyeball it. And I chose to eyeball it, so I just stuck it in, and without knocking it out, punched down, and that gave me my hole. And then I've used the corner rounder to round each of the corners to finish it off, and I've done this on each of the tags. I'm doing it on the bottom as well. And then I wanted to have the fancy edge. What I found some of them is that you had to separately put the underside in, depending how good you were at actually matching up your folds. Do that one again, yep. And then I wanted to have the fancy edge just on the top, not on the underneath, because that would take up some of your space where you would want to write. So this is my tag that I'm doing without any embossing. I've done one there, that's the one where I fed it in the embossing folder that way. And then this one I haven't done any punching on, so this is going to be my Christmas one. I did actually find it easier to punch first before you've embossed, but I didn't do that on this one. Do those undersides again. And I'm going to do this one without the fancy cutouts. Okay. So then to decorate the top, I'm using some different dies. I'll show you the die sets that I am using. So I'm using the seasonal layers, and I'm using the 2 snowflakes from the seasonal layers, and I have already cut them out. I'm using from Stitched Framelits, I'm using a circle and a square, and this is the second largest square and the second smallest circle. And then from the support ribbon die set, I'm using the flower and the little tiny heart, and I have already cut those out and prepared them so that we can just now put together our tags. So this is my simplest one. So for this one I am just using the circle and the flower, so that it can just be a very simple happy birthday tag. Looks quite pretty. So we'll just glue those on. I'm cooking that in my mouth. I was holding that in my mouth. And then I just dab little bits around this to stick it on. You can of course use different colours, but I am doing this for a tone on tone project, so I wanted to keep it just to Whisper White. And then you can simply write in the middle. So that's that one. Leave that there. For the wedding one, again I'm using my stitch circle, and I've cut out the 2 hearts, and I've embossed these using the striped embossing folder. It's probably called something, I can't remember what, and I just lined it up so that the centre of the heart went down the centre of one of the gaps, so to give it a sort of a, I don't know, pinstriped masculine feel for the groom. And then I used this one from the Petal Palette Suite, and I just lined it up in an area, I think I did it down there, where it had sort of lots of flowers to give the bride sort of look about it. And we'll just stick those together. So I'm going to put the groom behind. You could have it debossed or embossed, whichever you want. I'm going to have it overlapping the circle a bit. Managed to stick that to my finger. You could always use dimensionals as well on these. I just think if you're going to take the trouble to make a beautiful card and maybe a nice gift box or gift bag, then why don't you go the whole hog and do a nice, I'm going to stick that on there for now, do a nice tag as well. So this one's going to be Christmas, so I've cut out, so it's a little bit like that one, and I'm just going to keep that simple on the front there. And then I'm going to show you what I've done for the inside, because of course these last 2 are embossed on the inside, so that would be difficult to write on. Just eyeballing that, sort of lining up with the tag hole, and then stick that on there. And then for the inside, because as I say that's difficult to write on, that's where the square comes in, and this is the wedding one, so I've got a couple of hearts which I'm going to stick on randomly on the inside, but leaving enough room to write a message. And it's just little bits of cardstock, so they really doesn't add anything to the cost of your gift and gift wrap. What did I work out that you could get? Oh, do you know, I can't do the maths, because out of a piece of A4, if you cut down, you could get three 2.5s next to each other and 2 lots of 5s, so that's 6 of these out of a piece of A4, and then you've got some scraps at the end to make some of these decorations from. And then on the inside of this one, just the same, but I've cut out the smaller snowflakes from the seasons, what's it called? Seasonal layers, from the seasonal layers. I'll just cut out a couple of these snowflakes. To stick on the inside, just to add an extra little bit of luxury. To the tag, and then you just need a bit of ribbon. So I've got some sheer ribbon, so I'm just going to cut a bit off there. What's that, 20 centimetres? You could probably have done less, maybe 6 inches, 15 centimetres, and I'm just going to poke that in. Like so. Yeah, that one's a bit shorter because it doesn't need to be that big. You could also use some baker's twine if you wanted to keep the costs down and not use ribbon. But I think those are cute little tags, and they would adorn any lovely present. So hopefully I'm in with a chance of winning the team challenge, and if not, I've enjoyed making it. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. This will be my entry into the Stamping for All Tone on Tone challenge as well. So if you like regular challenges, then I do recommend joining the Stamping for All Facebook group run by Amanda Charlesworth, who is Scrimping Mommy, and I'm on the design team, and we set challenges every week. So it's Tone on Tone this week. Okay, all the details will be on my blog, linked below. Didn't really show the insides, did I? There, how cute. That one, just plain. And you can see what the difference it makes between having a little bit of something extra. So I might go back and put something extra in there. You could also add those to the top as well if you wanted to. Details in the link below. See you again soon.